To see what makes a successful interviewer, we need to investigate different styles of interview, whether it be a confrontational and probing one, or a supportive and encouraging one. Here we have Paul O'Grady interviewing Lady Gaga on his chat show. The set resembles a house using bright wallpaper on the wall, a large dresser full of quirky ornaments behind Paul, a sofa covered in cushions and a large coffee table. This is probably to make the interviewees feel more at home and therefore feel more comfortable to open up. It is made obvious that this interview is not only for entertainment but also to promote Lady Gaga and her music. When she enters, a high-angle shot is used to make her appear bigger, and Paul's opening statement is one to flatter his guest rather than question her.
You are something special. You really, really are. I love about this lady, your rider. You know, you have the rider for the dressing room. It's not rock and roll. You want hummus.
Paul opts for a conversational style of interview rather than constant questions. A style like this is more likely to get more out of an interviewee as it makes them feel less like they're being probed for information and more like they're having a chat with a friend. Paul also uses a lot of hand gestures showing he's enthusiastic and interested in what's being discussed. A completely different style of interviewing is Jeremy Paxman's confrontational approach, used here on the BBC News with his interviewee George Galloway. Paxman dives straight in with his first question, delivered in an accusing manner.
Well, we're joined now from his count in Bethnal Green and Bow by George Galloway. Mr. Galloway, are you proud of having got rid of one of the very few black women in Parliament?
Paxman plays devil's advocate in his interviews. He is hugely suggestive and accusatory in his questioning, meaning that his interviewees become defensive and closed, attempting to not give anything away. Paxman's interviews are generally a battle for power, as we can see here. He's repeating his question and Galloway is determined to move on from it.
And I know it's very late in the night, but wouldn't you be better by starting by congratulating me for one of the most sensational election results in modern history?
Are you proud of having got rid of one of the very few black women in Parliament?
I'm not, Jeremy, move on to your next question.
The final interviewer I'm looking at is Jonathan Ross. Similar to the first interview, this is a light entertainment show and is with Lady Gaga. However, the style Ross adopts isn't alike to O'Grady's, and the reaction he gets from his guest is hugely different. As interviewees come out of the green room, they're welcomed by Ross straight away, which shows respect but also displays that this is his show, and perhaps he wants the attention on him as well as the interviewee. The set on Ross's show is quite flamboyant, reflecting the interviewer's dress sense and personality. The sofa the interviewees sit on, unlike on Paul O'Grady's show, looks uncomfortable, perhaps making the guests feel the same way. Ross sits behind a desk, a symbol of authority to show he's in charge of the interview, although he sits on the side of it to face his guests straight on, which creates a slight sense of intimacy.